Cameroon is bereaved with high-profile deaths within a short period of time. And this is raising questions, and many are now asking why out of a sudden, or why is it happening within a very short period of time? First, it was the president of Cameroon Senate, Marcel Nyat Ndifendi. Marcel Nyat Ndifendi is Cameroon's first president of the Senate when Cameroon Senate was opened. He passed on to glory. He's yet to bury it. And just as when many Cameroonians were getting to know what is happening, another high-ranking death struck. This time it is Cameroon former Speaker, Honorable Cavayé, a very influential figure, controversial to some, who was recently installed as a first-class chief in Tokomberi. Honorable Cavayé is no more. He ruled as Speaker of Cameroon's House of Assembly for more than 30 years, alongside with some of his responsibility given to him by the state of Cameroon. Under his reign, Honorable Cavayé carried out some policies that Cameroon government benefited from. The mandate of President Biya in 2008 was removed from a limited period to an unlimited period. This was as a result of the parliamentary vote that took place. Remember, the system that Cameroon is operating gives the ruling party the best majority in parliament. Honorable Cavayé also played a significant role in some of the major changes as far as laws of Cameroon is concerned, moving to the effective decentralization law that was instituted in 1996. However, the law was instituted but never went fully operational. It took the Anglophone crisis and it took resistance from the Anglophone community for the government of Cameroon to come with what is called accelerated decentralization. A lot of policies and changes have occurred in Cameroon under Honorable Cavayé. During the last presidential election, where he campaigned actively with President Biya to be in charge or to win the presidency, Honorable Cavayé speech was allegedly cut short because many thought that he was inconsistent as of the moment when he was giving his speech, because some elements of his speech, Cameroonians took it to social media, especially when he was talking about Bilibili and talking about other issues, whereas he was there to campaign for President Biya to win the election. He was removed as Speaker of Cameroon's House of Assembly this March session 2026. When he was removed as Speaker, many Cameroonians celebrated. Some said it is a well-deserved retirement for a statesman that has given his all for Cameroon to become where it is today. However, Cameroonians are not happy with some of the laws in which under him were passed and voted effectively as far as he was Speaker. Also, they are also not happy as far as some major issues have not been discussed in the parliament, which ought to have been discussed, probably because of party affiliation or probably because of party lines or other issues. One of them is the Anglophone crisis. The Anglophone crisis is something very remarkable that Honorable Cavayé will be remembered as Speaker. For over the years as Speaker of Cameroon's House of Assembly, the Anglophone crisis has never been discussed or has never been in a standing order, despite relentless calls made by former SDF parliamentarian Honorable Joseph.
I am back exactly for the same reason, Mr. Speaker, that you are talking up there. If you are to shut the mouths of the members of parliament so that they do not talk about what has to do with their people, I am telling you, you will need something else other than just this. Because I am standing here for representing my people properly, and someone signs that I should be arrested, and you did not cover me. You did not cover me. I wrote 2 letters to you telling you that there is an order on my head, and if I am to come here and cannot talk on behalf of my people, there is no way, Mr. Speaker, please. You cannot shut down the mouths of the people who represent their people. You cannot do it. Where else can we say these things? Where else? Are you telling us to form another assembly? Then you tell us. Do we belong to this country? If we belong to this country, Mr. Speaker, you will hear me out. You will listen to me. There has been, I'm telling you, Mr. Speaker, please, Mr. Speaker, please, with all due respect, I have been chased through the bushes for the past 3 months. I cannot come here and you tell me that I should be discussing the Economic and Social Council, our children out of school, our lawyers in jail, and all that is happening in West Cameroon. It means nothing to you. Where in your standing orders, Mr. Speaker, where in your standing orders do you have space for us to discuss the issues that have to do with the people of West Cameroon? You tell me, then I'll go and sit down. Because you don't seem to have an agenda for us. You don't seem to have it. So what are we supposed to do? It is also part of the humiliation. Mr. Speaker, yeah, I am now telling you that the person who ordered for my arrest, tell him I am here. He can come and take me from this National Assembly. And the people of West Cameroon would know that they don't belong here. I am being frank with you. The representatives of the people have the power to say it as it is, at any time. And if we come here and you shut us down, you want to kill those people out there. You want to kill those people out there. So what should we do? That is your wish, Mr. Speaker. I should have waited for them to bring my head to you. That is what you would have wanted. I simply say no.
Honorable Cavayé should be shut down. Twice he said, Mr. Speaker, this thing that is happening in West Cameroon, he was shut down. Also, we remember in the early 2018, when the Social Democratic Front as a party, SDR as a party, took the parliament hostage, calling on the speaker, Honorable Cavayé, to put in his standing order the Anglophone crisis be discussed in his standing order. However, that was not done. In fact, when when they were singing "Le Pays va mal," the CBDM and alongside members of the entourage of the social CBDM were singing "C'est le SDF qui va mal." As time went on, many Cameroonians became frustrated and understood that the parliament will never discuss the Anglophone crisis. And several parliaments, several international organizations have talked about the Anglophone crisis. The Anglophone crisis has been talked about even in the European Union. The European Union has talked about the Anglophone crisis. You have US Congress has talked about the Anglophone crisis. You have also the Canadian government has talked about the Anglophone crisis. You have the Swiss government has talked about the Anglophone crisis. But here in Cameroon, the government of Cameroon has not talked about the Anglophone crisis in the parliament. Even when the Grand Measure National Dialogue was called by President Biya, the House that is in charge of laws, is in charge of oversight, that need to call officials in order to make it possible that peace reign in the nation under Honorable Cavayé have never talked about the crisis.
Coverage, sir. No. So I cannot talk about Cameroon.
You have to speak about Cameroon and
yes, I'm talking about Cameroon.
Cameroon and Nigeria.
Can I speak about Cameroon?